everyone, welcome to News Now. I'm Shabani Gharat. Now, after WhatsApp announced username feature that would allow users to chat without sharing phone numbers, government sources have raised security concerns over the new feature. Government sources tell ET now that MeitY will look into the issue, and if needed, a notice will be issued to WhatsApp. Prakash gets us more details on this.
Well, that's an important development coming in as we are learning from our sources that the government may block WhatsApp's username registration feature over impersonation concerns. A very significant development coming in at this point in time. In fact, government sources suggest that this is a matter of concern and therefore every possible steps will be taken. In fact, the IT ministry is already looking into this issue, and government will discuss the matter with the relevant departments, including the law ministry. Every legal aspects will be examined, and if necessary, notice will be issued to WhatsApp and officials will be summoned. In fact, government sources suggest that they cannot compromise on users' digital safety. Features such as username registration may pose risk to digital security, as such features could be misused by creating usernames in anyone's names, and therefore all legal aspects will be examined and appropriate action would be taken.
To discuss this topic, we are now joined in by Mishi Chaudhary. She's a tech lawyer and founder of SFLC.in. Mishi, thank you so much for joining us today on ET Now. What kind of security concerns does, WhatsApp user only sharing a username and not a phone number raise for, of course, the individual user and also the authorities?
So, usernames are not inherently bad. In fact, they plug in one basic privacy loophole, which was that each time a phone number had to be shared. Sometimes it's just a delivery notification or certain businesses who you want to perhaps get notifications from, but you don't want your phone number to be shared. However, the rollout without strong safeguards, especially in a country like India, where scams are rampant, where spamming by different kind of entities as well as online harassment is rampant, that is the major issue here. We've already seen examples in terms of username squatting, like somebody registered PM Narendra Modi, Kunal Shah Real, or Arnab Republic TV kind of things, already names on WhatsApp. That really creates issue with identity, control of public figures, and there are these anti-squatting concerns. That is why I think the rollout itself needs to ensure that there is opt-out, that cross-platform linking doesn't happen, and fraud reporting is quickly addressed. India is a very important market for WhatsApp. We've already seen that the CEO for WhatsApp is going to come out of India, and it's also such a important platform for everyday users.
You say that because the CEO of WhatsApp is going to come out of India, also is a founder of a financial transactions startup where WhatsApp is trying to spruce up the transaction acumen at a time when they have introduced this feature, also complicating and multiplying the risk factors, as far as, the Indian user is concerned, considering that it's one of the largest markets also for WhatsApp globally.
Oh, absolutely. I think Meta's history of integrating services and monetizing user data and using it across platforms, that's why users are very justified in asking the right questions. So is the government to say, you need to have clear commitments that the username is not going to become another identifier, that I put a username on WhatsApp and now across platforms, Facebook, Instagram, or any other property that Meta owns, that there's going to be now targeted advertising or cross-platform profiling. I say something on one platform and then it gets monetized and I'm served ads either in status updates or reels, etc. in this platform. WhatsApp platform is very important for our family conversations, business conversations. And so far now, And hitherto, we've always believed it's like a thing which we chose. We chose the people we wanted to talk to. We chose who was in our group. And there is a legitimate concern that Meta explicitly tell us, disclose how these usernames are going to be used, what is going to be linked across Meta services. Are there going to be any meaningful controls, or just like long list of jargon which none of us understand?
Absolutely.
And then we are forced to say yes.
You hit the nail, in fact, over here, because with this also, there are other issues that could mushroom. Like, people getting a username of a popular celebrity, let's say a Virat Kohli or a Narendra Modi, and then trying to sell that popular username for profit, something that we had seen in the .com era, when we saw brands setting up their websites and then they had to pay like a sum for getting that particular name. So what are these other issues that can also come in apart from this?
Oh, this you rightly referred to squatting. Somebody online said, this is my way of wealth creation. I have already reserved one of these important usernames, and now I can hold somebody hostage for it. I also see that usernames nearly identical to different important or big known brands are routinely used for phishing, for fake giveaways. There is this much of discount, and then data is shared, and a lot of financial and investment scams that come up. We see that Meta and its platforms invest heavily in detecting these problems worldwide, but India has been a notorious example where not enough is being done here. And other platforms also, which are analogous, give us enough of examples. Telegram, long experience scams involving usernames that would mimic customer support, crypto exchanges.
In fact, since you mentioned Telegram, and there was this entire recent scandal and controversy around the NEET UG exams where, in fact, the fraudsters hid behind the username, when it came to, or the anonymity, and that is what hindered the law enforcement process when it came to catching the culprits about the whole paper leak issue during the NEET exam scandal as well. Mishi.
Well, you're absolutely right about the fact, not that I agree with the Telegram ban, because bans are never the answer, because users want to have the freedom to use different platforms, the platforms of their choices, and we need to go back to what the actual source of the controversy is. But you're rightly pointing out, any platform which has now proven that usernames can be used for various purposes which are not intended, any rollout should be prepared. So if Meta wants us to at least take this feature, it needs to assure its users that it is building in enough of safeguards. There are not going to be delays in grievance redressals. If I want to, if perhaps I, as Mishi Chaudhary, has not done and reserve my own name, and you have done it on my behalf, and now you want me to be paying you for certain such things. These things are addressed, especially for public figures, public institutions, and all the unfair, deceptive design arguments need real answers here. Whether it is given India's past privacy disputes, our competition law, our new data protection principles, consumer protection principles, I do think that the big immediate harms which users are pointing out deserve real concern, and not just simple acceptance to say, oh, it is important, whatever they do, we don't have a choice, we just have to accept it. And that's why the public chatter, which is focused on username squatting, fake investment grooms, Telegram-like impersonation risks, or lookalike names, is a real important matter. All of these can be addressed by the platform, mind you. It's not that these can't be addressed, but we just don't have to take it without getting the real answers, and not just, as I said earlier, lots of legal jargon. I'm a lawyer. I understand how much of law we throw at people, and then everybody just never reads and say, I accept. We don't want that. We want simple communication, and we want clarity. This is an important platform. Tell us what you are doing. why you are doing and how you are going to protect us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mishi Chaudhary. Thanks for joining us today on ET Now.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Well, it is time for us to slip into a very short break. You don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.